Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Elisabetta, an Italian watercolor artist. Today we are reviewing a Morandi set by Supervision Watercolor. I was so happy about my Hokusai set that I bought a new set from AliExpress and I'm unboxing it right now. It's a very tiny box and I think it's about half as much of the previous paint. These tiny boxes are made squeezing tubes from the original set. This is not the original set from Supervision that comes in tubes, but as it is more expensive, I wanted to try a sample box before buying it. I was very happy with the Hokusai set. Let's see this Morandi set. Let's start swatching. Morandi, as you know, is an Italian painter of last century, first half of last century, that I like very much. He was specialized both in still lifes, very famous vases and bottles, also landscapes. I have put small drops of water and let's start with the first color. The first color is a color very similar to one in Hokusai. It's a greenish, sort of Naples yellow with a greenish undertone. And it has some white in it because it's slightly opaque. And like the previous one, it reminds me of gouache. Morandi was painting a lot of gouache and oils, so I think that maybe we can replicate some Morandi still life with this. I like it. It's a muted greenish yellow and I like it very much. The second color is wonderful. They're all very muted. I like this. It's a muted pink. And this is also typical of Morandi world. And I can't wait to try it. This is maybe less opaque. I have put a black line. Nice flown paper. The third color is a brown. It's a brown. It's a brown with a reddish undertone. And it's very pigmented. All this paint, they go a long way. Look how pigmented it is. There is a slight granulation. It's a beautiful earthy color. A light gray and it is a sort of French gray, I don't know. This is a light gray, an interesting color. For still life, this can be a nice set. Okay, this is also light gray, but the previous gray was a warm gray. It reminds me of a warm gray by Sennelier, which is a color that I like very much. And this is a bluish gray. Very nice flown paper. This is more opaque than this one, I would say, but they all have some white. Look at this color. Can you see the white coming out? And not much in the previous one, but in this, in the lower row, there is a lot of white coming out. This is very nice also, bluish gray, and I can see some color separation. So it's probably two pigments. I love color separation, so it's a lovely effect. Now a muted green. It's a dark muted green. It's also slightly opaque. Let's see the effect when it's dry. Lavender. A grayish lavender, a lot of white in it. Can you see how opaque it is? This is the most opaque so far, maybe, with this bluish gray. And it's lovely for shadows. I can't wait to try these colors. They're all very pigmented. Now a blue, a dark blue. This one has a lovely granulation. No white inside. It's not so opaque as the other ones. It's a lovely color. It has a purple undertone that I like. You know, Morandi paintings were all very muted, soft, delicate tones. So I think this is quite an interesting set if you want to try still lifes in that style. This is another gray with a purple undertone. I think that there is a lot of harmony in all these colors so far. And now a beige, a soft beige with some white in it. It is very opaque. It's pinkish. It's a warm beige. Ideal for instance, backgrounds. It's also very pigmented. Let's see how they dry. We just leave them alone for a while. While the colors dry, I would like to check, as usual, some mixes that I can produce with these colors. I will start with the yellow. And the blue, to see if I can produce some green. Maybe slightly more yellow. I like to mix on paper, so I have a more evident color separation. The brown and the blue to see if I can get gray. A darker gray. And yes, I can get a very lovely darker gray. Interesting. Interesting mix. The yellow again. with the green to see if I can get a lighter green. And now the green again. With the brown. Lovely color separation. I like the shades in between. Maybe I can try to mute the blue with some gray, the warmer gray. And last but not least, I want to try this lovely beige with the yellow. I get the lovely sand color. It's nice. I have room for one last mix. This grayish purple, maybe, with the brown. Why not? Okay, I will let them dry. Colors are much less opaque once dry. You can still see some opacity, but overall they dry much more transparent than expected. I like this set very much, I must say. It's very pigmented and the colors go very, very well together. They mix in a lovely way. They don't get muddy. Some mixes are really lovely and they show granulation and color separation. Some of them are really unexpected, like this green and brown, for instance. And the light colors are full of light, and I can't wait to try them. I will now try them in a still life in the style of Giorgio Morandi, this Italian painter that I like very, very much. Thanks a lot, my friends, for having watched my review, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao!